Welcome to CSE Guru. From this session onwards, we will discuss completely about C programs. How to write a C code to solve any problem, how to debug and correct the errors, and how to execute the C programs. Also, in each example, how to understand the logic part in C code. If you understand the logic only, you can able to write the C code easily. So before learning how to write C programs, you need to understand the basic concepts of C programming. Already in CSE Guru YouTube channel, separate playlist is given for C programming. I will provide the link in the description for your reference. Now we will discuss the first basic C program, how to print any message in the output screen, or simply called Hello World program. So the first step in writing C program is include a header file in the first line of C code. The default header file in C program is nothing but #include stdio.h. This stdio is nothing but a standard input output library function. So for any C program, we need to give input. After processing, we need to get some output. So the standard input and output function is required to write a code in C program. So that the default header file we have to include here is #include stdio.h. So here this include is nothing but the keyword. Then next comes the global declaration section. In your program, if you want to use any global variable, that should be declared here. Now, in our example, we are going to print a simple message, okay? So that no need to declare any global variables here. So next comes the main function. So include void main. So this void represents the main function is not going to return any value to any other function. So that we have included void here. And main is the only executable function in C program. Immediately after this main function declaration, you have to include this open curly brace and closed curly brace. So this open curly brace represents the start of the C program. So the execution of C program starts here. And this closed curly brace represents the end of the C program. Once the program completes its execution, it has to come to an end. Okay. So here this closed curly brace represents the end of this main function actually. And within this curly brace only, whatever the executable statements and declarations we need, everything will be typed here only. Okay. So here, inside the main function, if you are considering, there are three parts. First part is, if you are using any local variable, that should be declared in the first line. That is first section. Next, whatever the executable statements required to run this particular program, that we can include line by line. Okay. And then at the end of the main function, you have to use a default return statement. What is the purpose of using this return statement in the sense? Once the execution of the C program is completed in the sense, this return statement will return a control to the operating system. Okay. For that purpose, we need to include a return statement. So here, in our first basic example, we are not going to use any input variables because we are not going to accept any input. Simply using the output statement, we are going to print a message in the output screen. So use a printf statement. This printf statement is nothing but it is a standard output statement in C program. Okay. So to print anything in the output screen, you have to use the output statement printf. Then within the bracket and within this double quote, you have to type the message. For example, here I have typed hello world. Whatever the message you are typing within this double quotes, that will be printed in the output screen as it is. Whatever you are typing, if you are giving capital letter in the sense, that will be printed in the output screen as it is. If you are giving small letter in the sense, as it is, it will be printed. And at the end of the printf statement, you have to use semicolon. This semicolon represents the end of the particular statement. Okay. This is must in C program. Already we know C is a structured programming language. To write any C code, each and every statement will have a syntactical rule. We have to follow the syntax rule to write the C code. Otherwise, by default, it will raise error. It won't allow the program to execute unless otherwise if you are correcting the syntax errors. Okay, so this is printf statement, and next use the return statement. Just return and semicolon. This return is a keyword. Okay, so this return represents the program execution is completed and it helps to transfer the control to the operating system. That is the meaning. So now we have typed the program and execute the program now. See here, hello world is printed in the output screen. Okay, any message you can able to type. Okay, for example, here I am typing welcome to cseguru, and if you are executing this in the sense as it is, it will be displayed in the output screen. Suppose if you have done any spelling mistake, for example, here I have missed E. This is a spelling mistake. Okay, so if you are typing like this and if you are executing in the sense as it is, it will be printed in the output screen. See here, E is missing here also. Okay, and one more thing, if you are considering, if you missed a semicolon here in the sense, it won't allow the program to execute. If you missed a semicolon and if you are trying to execute the program in the sense, see here, we will get an error, expected semicolon before return statement. So you have to correct it, otherwise it won't allow the program to execute. So here by default you have to give semicolon. Okay, so each and every statement in C code will have a syntax rule, and that rule is must, otherwise it won't allow the program to execute. Okay, so this is the first basic example we have discussed in C program. Later on sessions, we will try to discuss more examples. Almost all the C program examples we will discuss along with its logic. Thank you for watching this video.